One of the best strategies and one of the most common strategies to grow a rental portfolio is to keep your current home, the one you're living in now, buy your next one and rent out the first home. Maybe you're thinking about doing that. Maybe you've even talked to a bank and a bank told you you would not be approved for the loan on the second home due to the debt that you're incurring. Well, I'm here to share with you a tip, a trick to increase your income so the banks will approve you. In fact, this is exactly what I did for my clients Beau and Addie to help them buy their second home. And I'm gonna tell you their story today and how we were able to get them from a pre-approval of $225,000 all the way up to a pre-approval of $300,000, allowing them to buy that next home. Of course, we're going to cover all of that more on your favorite channel, Investing in Bryan-College Station, where I help you grow your wealth through real estate in my favorite towns of Bryan and College Station. If you don't know who I am, my name is Greg Schwartz, and I'm a Marine Corps helicopter pilot turned real estate investor. Along the way, I got my license, and I now help clients buy investment properties to grow their wealth here in Bryan and College Station. Of course, I'd love to help you out as well, but that's not what this is about. This is about Beau and Addie and how they were able to afford that second home, growing their real estate portfolio even as a young couple. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. So today we're talking about a live-in, then rent out strategy for growing a rental portfolio. The basics behind this strategy, and it's super simple, which is why it's one of my favorites, is that you buy a primary residence. You move into it for 1 to 2 years, then you move out and you turn it into a rental property. Now, ideally, when you're buying this house, you have the mindset up front to turn it into a rental, so you already know that the income it'll produce will cover the expenses. And of course, the major advantage to this type of strategy is that it's extremely low risk and extremely little money out of pocket. You see, as a primary homeowner, you're gonna have a very small down payment. If you're a VA buyer, you'll have zero money down. If you're using an FHA loan, you're only putting 3.5% down, and you can often get a low down payment conventional loan of only 5% down. Compare that to a conventional investment loan, a house you're not living in where you're having to put 20% down. You're literally putting 1/4 of the amount of money down to buy the house, which of course makes it a lot easier to buy the second, third, and fourth house. The problem is there's a catch. You see, eventually the bank is going to tell you that your debt to income ratio no longer supports being pre-approved for the next home. What is debt to income ratio, also known as DTI? Well, basically, this is the ratio of the amount of money you make to the amount of money that you have in debts. This includes car payments, child support, it includes credit card payments, it includes that credit card you got from Best Buy to buy that 70-inch TV. All of those debts are on the debt side of the equation. Of course, any income you make is on the income side. They want your debt to income ratio to be better than 40%. Meaning, if you make $5,000 a month, they don't want you to have more than $2,000 in debt. $2,000, of course, is 40% of $5,000. Hopefully you understand how the math works, and you can see very quickly, unless you're making $15,000 a year, it can be very difficult to stack up 2 or 3 properties based on the income and debt that banks are requiring. And that's exactly what my clients Beau and Addie ran into. Meet Beau and Addie. This is a young couple who's looking to grow a portfolio of buy and hold rental properties. They started 2 years ago when they bought this great house hack. It was a single family house with 2 bedrooms, 1 bath that they would live in, and it had a 1 bedroom, 1 bath garage apartment that made the perfect Airbnb. This was a great setup for Beau and Addie for about 2 years. They had the income to offset their mortgage, which means they were lowering their living expenses and otherwise living a pretty happy life with their first investment property. But about 6 months ago, they came to me and they said, Greg, we'd love to buy a 3 bedroom, 2 bath with a 2-car garage and a backyard. Guys, that's a pretty tall order, especially because we went to the bank and the bank said they were only going to approve Beau and Addie for $225,000. And here in Bryan and College Station, that's just not going to buy the type of house that Beau and Addie were looking for. So we went out to the market and we said, all right, what would it cost to buy exactly the type of house you want? And what it came down to is to buy a new 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 2-car garage in Bryan, Texas. You need around $300,000. So we went back to the bank. This is the trick in this process, you guys. You go back to the bank and you say, hey, how much would I need to rent out my current house for in order to be approved for this new number? In this case, a $75,000 increase to the pre-approval. And the bank said $2,500. Well, let's break down the math real quick. If Beau and Addie could bring in $2,500 from their house and the garage apartment, then the bank would count 75% of that toward their income. The banks do a discount on rental income. Unfortunately, they're going to usually only count 75% of the income that the house produces. So 75% of $2,500 is $1,875. That now gets plugged in to the income side of the debt to income ratio. We take 40% of that income amount, which leaves us with $750. That means that now you have $750 of additional debt to be used to increase your pre-approval. And in this case, that $750 equated to approximately $75,000 worth of buying power. The only problem is Beau and Addie are living in a house. So how do they rent out a house that they're currently living in so they can count the income towards the debt to income ratio? And this is where Schwartz Realty Group came in. The first thing that Beau and Addie did was rent out their garage apartment on a 12-month lease. You see, banks don't really like Airbnb income. For the most part, they consider it irregular income and they won't count it towards your debt to income ratio, but they do count the income from long-term rents, so make sure you get a 12-month lease. That's exactly what Beau and Addie did. Now they had two options. One, they could pre-lease their current house, or two, they could put a house under contract. You see, some clients that I have, they would rather pre-lease their current house, increase their pre-approval, then go shopping. In Beau and Addie's case, because we were looking at new builds, it actually made more sense to go find the house they were looking for, get it under contract, and then pre-lease their current house. That's what we did. We found a great house for them in the Pleasant Hill neighborhood with D.R. Horton. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, walk-in closet for Addie, and a beautiful backyard for their dog. We got that house under contract, and because we were smart, we made sure we found a house that wouldn't close until the end of June. We put it under contract in March, so that gave us a few months to pre-lease their current home. Schwartz Realty Group went to work. We got great pictures taken. We put the sign in the yard. We advertised the house on the MLS, on Zillow, on apartments.com, homes.com, all of the .coms to include Facebook Marketplace. Because the house was in such great condition, in a very short period of time, we were able to find great renters who wanted to move into the house. In fact, in less than a month, we found great renters to sign a 12-month lease. Because we were pre-leasing, and this is very important, when you pre-lease, be sure to get first month's rent and that security deposit paid. The bank will want to see the 12-month lease, the security deposit, and first month's rent in order to give you final approval on the house. That's exactly what we did. So now Beau and Addie effectively increased their income by $2,500. That income allowed them to get the final pre-approval for the extra $75,000 needed to buy their brand new house. Beau and Addie were able to have their cake and eat it too, now growing their wealth and their portfolio here in Bryan, Texas. If you want to do a similar thing, here at Schwartz Realty Group, we will not only just help you find a house, we will also help you pre-lease your current house at top dollar in the shortest period of time so that you don't have any stress during your moving process. We will do all of that for you to ensure that you get pre-approved as necessary to buy your next home. Of course, all my contact information is in the description below. I'd love to help you out. Unfortunately for our bonus content, my light crapped out on me, so it's a little bit darker, but that's okay because I'm still going to answer a client-based question. My clients ask me, hey Greg, what screening criteria do you use for your tenants? And it's very simple. I've been using the same criteria for all my tenants, and I recommend it for all my landlords. We want 600 or greater credit score. We want to see income that is 3 times 1 month's rent or greater, meaning if the rent is $1,500 a month, then they need to make $4,500 as a household. We also look for rental history. we'll go back at least 2 years. We're gonna contact past landlords and see if they would rent to that tenant again. Of course, we're also gonna do a background check just to check for any violent felonies in that tenant's history. And then lastly, as a major red flag, we're specifically looking at any money due to past landlords. If they didn't pay their past landlord, what are the chances that they're gonna pay you? And that is how we screen our tenants. Guys, I hope that I provided you value either through this bonus content or through the video itself. If I did, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you wanna get a new video every single week, go hit that subscribe button because I am here to help you grow your wealth through real estate. The only ask that I have of you is until next week, you take it easy.